even if you have to be out for a period of time when it's really cold, minus 20 or minus 25, you want to make sure you have to have really good pair of gloves. So these are one of the gloves. These are like waterproof or snowproof kind of. How you do it is, I don't want to lose my mic. That's how you wear it. More thicker side, as well as the inner just looks like this basically. So it looks quite cozy and warm. Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are doing well. Doing this video in English so that everyone can benefit. As you know, that Canadian winter is known to be harsh, especially if we are talking about here in Calgary, Alberta. We do have days when it gets to up to minus 30, and with the wind chill, it can go up to minus 40 and 45. So it's very important, especially for the people who are coming as newcomers or immigrants to Calgary, Alberta, or Canada in general, to get yourself prepared for the winter here. Because if you don't prepare it, and let's suppose if you don't have a car, you're new to Canada, you have to travel by transit, the winter here can be really deadly as well. So you have to make sure that you prepare well for the winter in advance. Now, I'm going to try my best to show you my complete list of winter gears that I use in winter here in Canada. Let's just start from the very basic. For the jacket first. So I have different types of jackets that I use. If it's in plus degrees and or even minus 1 or 2, and I have to go to the gym. My gym, for example, is just like a 3 minute walk. I just carry this hoodie. I just wear this hoodie if it's not too cold outside. All right, so you can have one hoodie just for the days when it's not really cold. The second jacket I use is, I got it from Mountain Warehouse. I in fact got a gift. This jacket, I got it as a gift, and it worked really well actually. So this jacket works well, I would say, up to minus 10 or maybe minus 12 degrees. It keeps you warm. It's good. It's light. And price wise, it's not that bad. So I don't know the current price right now. You can go and check on Mountain Warehouse website, or you can go there are different outlets of Mountain Warehouse in different what's called the malls here in Calgary. You can check them out. But yeah, it has worked really well for me. Now, if it gets really cold, or let's say, for example, if I'm going on a hike and it's supposed to be minus 15 or minus 20, and in the mountains as well it's really cold, then what I have used here is a more thicker jacket. This was I believe given to me by my brother. So this is you need a more thicker jacket when it's it gets to minus 15 or below. So you need to make sure that you have, well, it was the brand for this Urban Heritage, but what you want to make sure is you have a really good thick jacket that keeps you warm in cold conditions. So I've used this jacket in winter hikes and cold hikes, as well as during my ski trips, and this jacket has kept me warm as well. So this has worked quite well. So make sure that you don't cheap out on jackets. It's not worth it, because jacket is the most important thing, and especially people who are coming from different countries, for example India or Pakistan, don't buy jackets there and bring it here, because jackets from India or Pakistan are not going to work here in Canada. You need to buy jackets from here, the Canadian brand. So make sure that you do that, and then spend some time and buying a good branded jacket, or if even it's not about the brand, it's about the quality and the material. So make sure it is thick, and it keeps you warm. And you can always talk to the store associates as well, and they can guide you as well for the jackets. Let's put this here. Now, the second important thing in winter that you need, here's the clothing, is a toque. You need to make sure that of course when you're going in minus 10, minus 15 or below temperatures, your ears are covered. It's very important because it in fact once happened to me when I was new. It was about minus 15 or so, but with the wind it was minus 20 and below. And I had to walk from the bus station to my house, and the wind was blowing really hard, and then it got to my ears, and my ears went black for some time. So what I did was I had to quickly put some warm water. So to what I started doing is started reading about frostbites, because frostbite is something that you want to avoid if it gets really cold, especially with the wind. And if your body parts like ear are not covered, because ear, you see, for example, this part of the ear is really sophisticated. So if this part is not covered, you can get the frostbite. In the worst case scenario, frostbite, you'll have to amputate that part of the body. So you want to make sure when it is cold, and even if it's not either, if it's winter and you have to go out, make sure that you cover your head, so it protects your the head, as well as your ears are covered as well. So you want to make sure you want to have one good talk. Now let's talk about gloves now, because glove is the other important part. When I go, again, I have three types of gloves that I use. This one, for example, I got it from Dollarama. You can get it pretty cheap, about $2 and $2.50, $3. And I use these gloves for if I want to drive for driving purposes. If it's not really, of course, I just have to drive it from get to my car and then drive it, so that keeps my hands warm. And then just have to go to the train station. It works well, and I don't have to be out for a long period of time. These gloves works really well. But let's say if you have to wait, if you have to wait for the bus, and at the bus station you have to be out for a little bit longer, so you need to have something thicker. You can get these kinds of gloves at places like Mountain Warehouse, or you can check Marks as well as Sports Check. They have gloves as well. So places like, even if you go to shops like Winners, they have different types of gloves you can get easily as well. Now, the third pair of glove that I also keep with me, especially because I do hiking as well, winter hiking, or if I'm going for a skiing, or if you have to be out for a long period, or yeah, even if you have to be out for a period of time when it's really cold, minus 20 or minus 25, you want to make sure you have to have really good pair of gloves. So these are one of the gloves. These are like waterproof or snowproof kind of gloves. So snow doesn't get, or doesn't snow doesn't get into it, also doesn't get wet. Okay, so that's the most important part. So for example, I take these gloves when I'm going for skiing, or I keep this pair in my bag when I'm going for hiking when it's cold as well. So you need to have a good pair of glove, especially when you are using the transit. And whether you will get those days when it's really cold, so you want to prepare in advance. So make sure that you have good pair of gloves. Again, you can get those from Mountain Warehouse, Sports Check, or Marks. Yep. Okay, let's come to the next part. Now let's come to the clothing part. Okay, so for winter clothing, I use this pant. It's waterproof, again, snowproof pant. So for example, if the snow comes to your pant, it doesn't get wet. Okay, and I got this actually from Costco at a really good price. I don't remember. I got this from Costco, but again, you can also get these kinds of winter pants or snow pants from places like Mountain Warehouse. Okay, yeah, you can easily get those. Make sure that you have one of those, because yeah, it keeps you actually warm. I have two pairs. This is a slightly thinner. I have one more thicker one, which I use for, of course, that is a ski pant, and I use it when I'm going for a ski. Okay. So you want to make sure you want to have one. Now, for the upper body clothing, what you need to have when it's really cold is thermal, some kind of thermal clothing, and make sure that you try to get merino brand. Okay, merino material is I wanted to say. Make sure that you get merino material. It's really, for example, this thing. What I do is I put this on when I'm going on a cold hike, or let's say a skiing trip, and then I wear my, for example, t-shirt on top of this. Okay, so in this way it keeps me, my keeps my body really warm. So this thermal, you need to have it when it's really cold. This kind of material, thermal or merino material, keeps you really warm. This is for the upper body. Now let's talk about the lower body. Hence, this I got it. I believe I ordered it from Amazon while ago, and this is for the lower body again. You can wear this under your pants, so it keeps your, the lower body part, really keep your lower body part warm. Again, you can, if you are going to be out, and it's going to be really cold, you want to make sure that you get one of those. You can check other places as well, other local shops, but you can easily get those from Amazon as well. Okay, now let's talk about the socks. Okay, again, you have different options. You can get all kinds of socks, but make sure that they are thicker for winter, not too thick. Make sure that it's easy to walk, and you are wearing the right socks as well. And that's why I have three different sets of socks here. So, example, these are not that thick. Get You can get them from places like Winners and etc. And just use it when it's, for example, so this is not really thick, so I use it when it's minus up to -5, -10. They work well. But if it gets really cold, up to -20, -25, and -30, you want to make sure you have proper thicker socks, because what happens is, even when you are inside the train, and I've been there before, your toes starts to get really cold and you really feel it. So you want to make sure, for example, you can get, I got those, these are more thicker socks. Check those out. So I got those from Marks, I believe. So Marks has a variety of socks that you can get. So I got those from Marks. These are more thicker, and it will keep your feet warm. The other ones I would also recommend, and maybe I can recommend, is this these socks. So I got this one. Let me tell you from where. In the Cross Iron Mall, there, which is the biggest mall in Calgary here in Alberta, they have a shop, a kind of outdoor shop, and they sell these socks, and they give the lifetime warranty for these socks. These are good, really warm as well. But of course, one of the good things about these socks is, they have a lifetime warranty. So anything happens to these socks, you can return them. They are called Redhead. Redhead is the name written on there. You can ask the store associate. These are really good. They are more thicker, on the more thicker side, as well as the inner. This looks like this basically. So it looks quite cozy and warm basically. So, and I keep this pair of sock when I'm going on a hike, etc., or a ski trip, just to be on the safe side. Because I remember one time we had an kind of a incident or injury happen where we had to be rescued by the chopper on top of a mountain. It wasn't with me, but with my colleague. So you always want to make sure that when you're going out for, especially for outdoor activities, you have extra pairs of stuff with you. Now, let me come to the neck part. Of course, when you are new here, even if you're not new, when it's cold and you have to wait outside, if you are going outside, in order to keep your neck warm, so you can get these neck warmers. I use these when when I'm going for on hiking trips. So how you do it is, I don't want to lose my mic. That's how you wear it. So it just, you can just drag it, and then or The other thing, the other option is nowadays, of course, you can get one of those Palestinian kofiyas, and then just put it here, and then go like this, you know, and then do like this. Palestinian kofiyas. You can get one of those. It is quite warm, and of course, Palestine has to be mentioned, with whatever now whatever is going on nowadays. It's a symbol of resistance and strength as well. So yeah, you can get one of those as well nowadays. The other thing, oh yeah, one more thing. So these are hand warmers. I got those from Marks. So what they do is, when you're outside, and let's say if you're wearing the gloves and still you are feeling cold, once it happened with us in the hike. So you just have to take one out. I believe there are 10 pieces of them, and then what you do is you just rub your hands, and then it gives heat to your hands, and it says it goes up to 65 degrees, 6 hours of. So I haven't used these ones, so I didn't have to use it, but I bought these. Yeah, I got it for cheap. I don't remember for how much, but yeah, you can get those from Marks, places like Marks as well. So good for really cold weather, or if your hands are feeling really cold. Now, this is some extra if you're going for like winter hikes and stuff. So it's good to have. These are called gaiters. You wear them basically under your feet. It comes all the way till here. Till so what it does is basically keeps the snow away from coming into your shoes, basically, right? So it keeps your feet warm. And so yeah, if you're going for hiking, they're more of a hiking gear, but I still thought to share with you the other thing. One of the other essentials if you're going for winter hiking here in Canada, one must thing you need to have, it's called the micro spikes. So you see, so you can get those from Amazon easily. um, these are the micro spikes you have, and you wear them under your shoes. So yeah, these are some of the winter gears. Let me show you the shoes as well. Last thing I wanted to mention is, of course, the shoes. Very important to have good shoes with good grip, so to make sure that you don't fall and etc. So for example, these are more of my hiking shoes, you can say. This is a Merrell brand. One thing you want to make sure when you're buying winter shoes is the grip. You want to make sure that you have some kind of a grip underneath. Merrell brand, this brand, I've used it for my hiking for over 13 plus years, and only this was a new piece that I got just a year ago. But I have another one that I've used it. I've used it for on several hikes, maybe 30, 35 plus hikes, and it's still going on strong. So Merrell is a really good brand if you even want to use it for just like walking purposes. If not, this is more for mainly hiking. These hiking shoes are a little bit on the heavier side, but you can get the lighter shoes as well. If you go to Mountain Warehouse, you will be able to find some of the lighter shoes, or any other local shops as well. But make sure that you have the grip, make sure that you have proper grips on your winter shoes. I'll end this video on this note. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, make sure to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you're subscribed as well. Until next time, Khuda Hafiz.